So you've got a notebook full of business ideas, a brain that just keeps going, but somehow nothing is actually moving forward. Does that sound familiar? Probably you want to start a business, right? Or maybe you started multiple businesses. You want to post content, get a certification, maybe launch a podcast, but your brain won't stop spinning and your to-do list just keeps growing. If you're exhausted, overthinking, and you're stuck in decision paralysis, this video is for you. Because the truth is, not everything deserves your energy right now. And today I am breaking down how to figure out what actually matters most so you can stop feeling scattered and start making real progress, even with limited time. Hello there, my name is Laura. Welcome back to my channel. I help ambitious women with full-time jobs finally find the time to build their creative side businesses without burnout. Now, if you're feeling overwhelmed, creatively scattered, or like you are drowning in your own ideas, you are not alone. This video is all about how to prioritize when everything feels important. You can stop spinning and start making real progress. Now, tip number 3 is a game changer, and you really want to stay around for that. Now, the first thing you need to do in order to prioritize what to do or what projects you want to focus on right now is you want to get clear on what season you are in. So your season refers to the unique phase of life you're currently navigating, your present reality, right? And that is defined by your current time availability, your energy levels, your emotional state of being, and your life circumstances. Now, just like nature has seasons that call for different activities, like planting in the spring, harvesting in the fall, productivity and prioritization must also adapt based on your current reality. Now, lack of clarity is one of the underrated issues that kills your productivity and your momentum. And this is simply because, and I'm going to quote Mel Robbins here, you cannot prioritize without clarifying what truly matters. You need to align your priorities with your current life capacity, your current responsibilities, and your current emotional bandwidth. So I get it. It can be hard, right? You are ambitious and you feel like you can do it all. But the truth is you can't. And without acknowledging your current season, your current reality, or your current situation, you tend to overcome it and set unrealistic goals which lead to burnout. You feel guilty for not executing everything you should be doing. You jump from idea to idea, unable to finish anything. And you confuse productivity with hustle rather than progress. So you're not lazy or unmotivated, right? You're just in the wrong season for the goals that you've set. So before you try to do everything, you want to make sure you ask yourself, what season am I in right now? Am I building? Am I resting? Am I executing? Or am I maintaining? Because trying to sprint in your recovery season is not productivity. That's simply self-sabotage. So you want to align your efforts with one season and not 5 projects. Acknowledge that this is not your forever pace. It's just your focus window in your current season. So if you're feeling stuck in decision fatigue or overwhelmed by your ideas and you need more support, you are not alone and you are not scattered. You just need more structure. And I am currently offering free clarity calls to help you gain more clarity. Go to the description box below or the comment section and book a free clarity call with me to build your own plan and start making consistent progress with your side projects without burnout. Now, the second thing you want to do is brain dump, categorize, and crit. Now, when everything is in your head, it all feels urgent. Brain dumping helps you declutter your mind, make sense of competing priorities, and confidently decide what to focus on now without feeling guilty of letting go of the rest. Now, this really works, right? Like, this really works. I remember years ago when I was really struggling with decision paralysis, right? There were so many things that I wanted to do. I wanted to start a YouTube channel. I wanted to do a podcast. I wanted to start a blog. I wanted to be on all platforms, wanted to get a certification, wanted to start a coaching business. Like, there were so many things that I wanted to do. I had a coach and then she advised me to do this brain dump exercise, which literally just took about 30 minutes. And after I was done doing that, I felt so much relief. It was insane. I cannot remember the exact exercise, but it has something to do with rocks. I can't remember the name of the exercise, right? But it's as simple as this. Brain dump all of your side project ideas, including your to-dos, and then categorize them by labeling them into a must-do list, a nice-to-have list, and a not right now bucket. Or my personal favorite, which is the Eisenhower metrics of prioritization. prioritization, but that is mostly effective when it comes to your daily to-dos, right? And if you want to learn more about how to implement the Eisenhower metrics effectively, make sure you watch this video right here, because I go into details and I tell you exactly what to do and what kind of activities you want to put in each bucket. But once you brain dump all of your side projects into a must-do, nice-to-have, or not right now bucket, go ahead and cut at least 50% of it. And that is me being generous, right? So at least cut off 50% of that. Your priority is your must-do list, your must-do bucket. Now, if you have 5 must-do projects, you want to prioritize those. And then you want to start with one. And the one that you're starting with is the highest priority, right? You want to start with one, and then you want to absolutely let go of the nice to have. So let go of the maybe someday list, right? And focus on the right now list, the right now project. So what you can equally do is you can keep a parking lot document for your later ideas. And this is to release guilt as well as get it out of your head, right? Just so you know, okay, it's somewhere. I can always get back to it whenever I need to. The point is you do not get more time, right? There is no way you can get more time. What you can do is you can have fewer priorities. Brain dumping clears the mental fog, right? Categorizing shows you what's taking up space. And then cutting gives you permission to focus on what is important right now without guilt. Now, the third thing you want to do is prioritize by impact and not emotion. So sometimes we chase what is exciting or urgent, but not what necessarily moves you forward. So prioritizing by impact means you choosing tasks based on the value they bring to your goals and not how urgent, exciting, overwhelming, or emotionally charged they feel in the moment. Now, here is what emotional-based prioritization looks like. Designing a new logo for your side hustle before creating a product. Reorganizing your Notion dashboard before launching your offer. Now, this feels productive, but they're actually emotional decisions driven by fear, perfectionism, people-pleasing, or even self-pleasing. However, impact-based prioritization looks like this. Focusing your limited energy on 1 to 2 weekly business building action items. Maybe that's something like creating content and actually posting your content, maybe sending out a pitch, maybe outlining a product, or even networking with your ideal clients. It looks like skipping non-urgent errands, so maybe you can batch create content on a day off. It looks like saying no to a time-consuming collaboration that doesn't really align with your vision. So ask yourself these questions to get really clearer on what impact-based tasks you should be prioritizing. If I only had 3 hours this week to move closer to my dream, what 1 or 2 tasks would create the most momentum? What's the one thing that makes the rest easier or unnecessary? What goal supports my long-term vision? And what will still matter in 6 months? So understand that not every urgent thing is important, and not every exciting idea deserves your time this way. If you're constantly prioritizing based on how you feel, you'll stay in a loop of busyness. So prioritize by impact, not emotion, and watch how fast you gain clarity. Choose based on purpose, not pressure. Now, the fourth thing you want to do in order to master prioritization when everything feels important is you want to make your priorities obvious in your week. So planning is pointless if your priority has no time on your calendar. If it's not on your calendar, it's not real. Simple as that. Now, before planning errands or meetings or chores, schedule 1 to 2 time blocks on your calendar for your number 1 weekly priority. You also want to use visual cues and reminders, right? So you can use post-its, you can use desktop wallpapers, or app reminders that really highlight your goal for the week. So make sure you choose 1 highlight, not 5. You can support it with smaller tasks, but there should be a clear main character in your weekly plan. Make your priority obvious in your week so your time, your energy, your focus can rally around that. Now, if you want to learn more about how to implement time blocking effectively, make sure you watch the video at the end because I'm going to link it on the screen so you can watch that next. So stick around. Now, the final bonus tip here is stick with one thing until it becomes a habit. So when you chase everything, you build nothing. Truth is, consistency is a result of clarity. If you are clear on what matters, it becomes easier for you to stay consistent. Now, what worked for me is I stopped multitasking different or multiple business models. I made sure I gave one system time to work before switching. I tracked progress and completion rather than perfection. So clarity means momentum. One decision means less fatigue. So you don't need more ideas, right? You need a system to choose and stick with what matters. When you finally prioritize with intention, you create momentum, you build confidence, and you feel ease again. So if you're constantly torn between a dozen ideas and stuck in decision paralysis, you are not alone, and you do not have to keep doing this on your own. Just imagine having a clear plan, a focused priority, a system that actually fits your 9-to-5 life. That is what I help women like you create. So if you're ready to stop guessing and start moving forward with confidence, book a free clarity call with me using the link in the description box or the comment section below, and we will map out your next right steps together. Now, I cannot wait to help you turn your ideas into real focused action. And before you leave, which of your ideas are fighting for your attention right now? Drop them in the comments. I'd love to know. Thank you so much for watching. If you love this video, please like, share with someone who needs a productivity boost, subscribe to this channel for weekly videos, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.